In the wild, danger follows patterns we have understood for centuries, with predators relying on claws, teeth, instincts, and the ancient rules of survival that guide every move they make. We know when a wild animal is threatened. We know when it will attack. And we know that most predators avoid unnecessary fights because their instinct is to survive, not to conquer. This makes danger predictable in nature, and even the fiercest animals follow a rhythm that humans can read. But the truth becomes far more shocking when we look closer to home, because some of the world's strongest, most aggressive, and most dangerous creatures aren't hiding in dense jungles or deep forests. They sleep on porches, guard farms, walk streets, and live inside our homes, bred by humans for strength, power, and protection far beyond what nature ever intended. These dogs have been shaped not by evolution alone, but by human purpose, giving them abilities that rival or surpass many wild predators. Today we explore the dog breeds that stand above the rest, the ones capable of fighting wolves, hunting big cats, and overpowering threats that even wild animals avoid. These are dogs with crushing bite forces, fearless temperaments, and instincts sharpened over centuries to protect, defend, and dominate when they feel threatened. Their loyalty makes them heroes, but their power makes them unpredictable, proving that danger does not always roar from the jungle. Sometimes it waits quietly on a leash. The shocking truth is simple, yet often overlooked, because these breeds carry a level of strength and aggression that turns them into living weapons when mishandled. And as we dive deeper into their abilities, histories, and instincts, we reveal how these incredible animals can become far more dangerous than anything nature created. This is the hidden world of domestic giants and the reality behind their extraordinary power. 10. Akita Inu. The Akita was once used in Japan to hunt bears, relying on its immense strength, thick insulating fur, and fearless spirit to confront predators that would terrify most humans and animals alike. Its powerful body, strong jaws, and muscular frame allowed it to face bears head-on, while its intelligence and instincts ensured it could act with precision during dangerous hunts. This combination of courage, skill, and physical prowess made the Akita not only a hunter but a protector capable of taking on threats that far exceeded the size of an ordinary dog. It is loyal to its owner but highly suspicious of strangers, reacting aggressively if it senses disrespect, threat, or danger, because its protective instincts are deeply ingrained and honed through centuries of survival. The Akita's loyalty is unmatched, forming strong bonds with its family. Yet this same loyalty can turn into fierce protection when it perceives anyone approaching its territory or loved ones with ill intent. It watches, analyzes, and decides independently, making its reactions swift, calculated, and potentially deadly if provoked or mishandled. Beautiful yet dangerous, the Akita is a powerful hunter with instincts that can become deadly without firm control, discipline, and respect for its nature. Even a small act of disrespect or careless handling can trigger a response because this breed does not take threats lightly, and its strength amplifies every decision it makes. Its elegance and grace hide an enormous amount of raw power, intelligence, and instinct, making it one of the most formidable and awe-inspiring dogs in the world. With proper training, the Akita becomes a devoted, protective companion, calm yet alert, a guardian capable of incredible loyalty and bravery. Without guidance, however, its instincts can turn into unpredictable aggression, proving that respect and responsibility are as essential as strength. The Akita Inu is not just a dog, it is a warrior, a hunter, and a living symbol of power and loyalty. 9. Presa Canario. The Presa Canario is calm by nature, moving through life with a steady, measured presence. But when provoked, it transforms into one of the most aggressive dogs on Earth. Its demeanor can be deceptive, because beneath the calm exterior lies centuries of selective breeding, designed to produce a dog capable of controlling large animals and defending property with lethal precision. This balance of calmness and raw aggression makes the Presa Canario both fascinating and extremely dangerous, a breed built for strength, strategy, and control. It bites, holds, and shakes with terrifying force, a technique historically used to immobilize cattle, bulls, and other large animals, demonstrating instincts that few domestic dogs possess. Once it locks onto a target, it refuses to release, using its massive jaw strength and bone-crushing grip to subdue any threat that challenges it. This method of attack is not reckless. It is calculated and effective, honed over generations to neutralize powerful prey, giving the dog a predatory efficiency rarely seen in domestic breeds. This breed's massive head, thick neck, and muscular frame give it a serious advantage over most wild animals of similar size, making its attacks both powerful and difficult to escape. Even a predator of comparable strength would struggle to overpower a Presa Canario once it commits, because it combines size, aggression, and determination in a way few animals can match. Its ability to dominate with sheer physical force makes it one of the most respected and feared guardian breeds in the world. With proper training and guidance, the Presa Canario becomes a loyal and protective companion, calm yet vigilant, capable of safeguarding its family without unnecessary aggression. Without careful handling, however, this incredible power can become unpredictable, turning instinct into danger in seconds. The Presa Canario is not just a dog, it is a warrior in domestic form, a living example of strength, loyalty, and calculated ferocity. 8. Dogo Argentino, this muscular white hunter, was bred to chase pumas and wild boars using stamina, power, and fearless aggression, making it one of the most formidable hunting dogs in the world. Every aspect of its body is built for endurance and strength, from its broad chest and powerful legs to its strong jaws, allowing it to pursue dangerous prey over long distances. Its creators combined multiple strong breeds, including mastiffs and bulldogs, to craft a dog capable of taking down animals that would terrify most hunters, blending speed, courage, and raw power into one lethal package. A Dogo Argentino has endless energy, explosive speed, and a strong pack mentality, making it overwhelming in an attack because it moves not just with strength, but with strategy and coordination. When hunting or defending, this dog works like a predator, assessing its target, cutting off escape routes, and striking with precision, showing instincts that rival wild animals. Its stamina allows it to chase prey or threats relentlessly, wearing down opponents that would escape a less determined dog, proving why it was chosen for dangerous big game hunts. If triggered, it becomes unstoppable, and that makes it far more dangerous than many wild predators it was designed to hunt, because it does not hesitate, it does not retreat, and it does not surrender. Even a threat much larger or faster than itself can be subdued, because the Dogo combines aggression, determination, and physical dominance in a way few animals can match. This fearless hunter, loyal yet deadly, demonstrates why power alone is not enough. Instinct, courage, and relentless drive are what make the Dogo Argentino one of the most dangerous dogs alive. With proper training, it becomes a loyal companion and protector, but without respect for its nature, it is a force few can control. Its combination of power, intelligence, and aggression creates a living weapon that commands both awe and caution. The Dogo Argentino is not just a hunting dog. It is a relentless predator in domestic form, built to dominate. 7. Wolfdog. Wolfdogs are half wild and half domestic, creating an unpredictable mix of instincts that even the most experienced handlers struggle to control, blending the intelligence of a dog with the primal instincts of a wolf. Their eyes reflect both curiosity and caution, and their behavior can change in an instant, making them fascinating yet dangerous animals to live alongside. Because they carry the genes of wolves, their prey drive, territoriality, and aggression are far stronger than most domestic dogs, while still maintaining the familiarity and trust of a pet. They may be gentle one moment, curling up affectionately with their human family. Training can help shape some behaviors, but unlike fully domestic breeds, wolfdogs rely heavily on intuition and instinct rather than obedience or learned command. This dual nature creates a tension within them, making their actions unpredictable and sometimes dangerous, even for those who think they understand the animal. Because they are not fully tame and not fully wild, they become more dangerous than wolves and far less predictable than dogs, existing in a middle ground where instinct and domestication collide. A wolf dog can protect or attack, play or hunt all within the same hour, depending entirely on its mood, surroundings, and perception of threat. Their strength, agility, and intelligence make them capable of behaviors no ordinary domestic dog could perform. giving them a reputation as both captivating and perilous. Owning a wolfdog requires respect, knowledge, and constant vigilance because their wild instincts are never fully dormant, and their domestic side can lull owners into a false sense of security. In the wrong environment, this combination of power and unpredictability can be deadly, proving that blending wild and domestic genes comes with extraordinary risks. Wolf dogs are living reminders that nature cannot be fully tamed, and some instincts are stronger than any training or human control. 6. Boerboel built like a living tank. The Boerboel was designed to guard African farms from lions, leopards, and all kinds of predators, combining immense size, muscle, and courage into one unstoppable guardian. Every inch of its body is built for defense and attack, from its thick neck and broad shoulders to its powerful legs, allowing it to overpower threats with sheer physical force. Farmers relied on the Boerboel to protect their families and livestock in the most dangerous environments, knowing this dog could confront predators that would terrify most humans. It uses its entire body as a weapon, hitting, pushing, and biting with overwhelming strength when provoked, turning aggression into a coordinated force of nature. Unlike many wild animals that way risk and retreat when challenged, the Boerboel commits fully to confrontation, using every muscle to neutralize the threat instantly. Its fighting style is instinctive, precise, and frighteningly effective, demonstrating why it was chosen to guard homes against some of Africa's deadliest predators. A Boerboel does not avoid fights like wild animals do. It confronts danger directly, making it a serious threat in untrained or irresponsible hands because its loyalty is matched only by its strength. Even a small spark of provocation can trigger its protective instincts, and once it decides to act, it will not hesitate, often overwhelming anything in its path. This combination of size, courage, and instinctive aggression makes the Boerboel one of the most formidable domestic guardians on Earth, a dog that commands respect, discipline, and understanding. With proper training, the Boerboel becomes a loyal protector, calm yet alert, a giant that watches over its family like a living fortress. Without guidance, however, its raw power and fearless nature can turn it into a serious threat, proving that responsibility is as crucial as strength when owning this incredible breed. The Boerboel is not just a dog, it is a warrior, a guardian, and a force of nature in its purest form. 5. Tibetan Mastiff. The Tibetan Mastiff is a massive lion-like guardian, bred for centuries to protect Himalayan villages from wolves, leopards, and even tigers, making it one of the most formidable domestic breeds on Earth. Its enormous size, thick mane, and powerful frame are not just for show. They serve as natural armor, allowing it to stand against predators that would intimidate almost any other dog. This combination of strength, courage, and instinct has earned it a reputation as a living fortress, a guardian that does not back down from danger. Its dominance level is extremely high, and it switches from calm to aggressive within seconds if it feels challenged, because in the high mountains, hesitation could mean death for the flock or the village. The Tibetan Mastiff does not wait for commands. It assesses threats instantly and acts decisively, using its size, speed, and jaws with terrifying precision. This instinctive aggression is balanced with intelligence, allowing the dog to know when to defend, when to intimidate, and when to strike, making it both strategic and lethal in its role. This dog protects its territory with absolute certainty, patrolling the perimeter, watching over the livestock, and guarding its human family with relentless dedication. Even a shadow moving across the snow or a rustle in the distance can trigger the Mastiff's attention as it perceives threats that others might miss and responds with calculated power. Its unpredictability adds to its fearsome reputation because nobody can know exactly when it will move from calm vigilance to full with loyalty that runs deep, courage that knows no limits, and power that rivals wild predators. The Tibetan Mastiff remains one of the most awe-inspiring and dangerous giant breeds ever created. Respect, understanding, and firm guidance are required to live alongside this majestic guardian, because in its heart lies both protector and warrior. A Tibetan Mastiff is not just a dog, it is a living legend of strength, dominance, and unyielding instinct. 4. Rottweilers are silent, powerful guardians with muscles built for protection and jaws capable of crushing bone in a single bite, giving them a physical presence that demands respect. Every part of their body is designed for strength, from their broad chest to their thick neck and solid frame, allowing them to overpower threats with little effort. They do not bark for attention or intimidation. Instead, they rely on quiet observation, always watching, always calculating. They study threats quietly before acting, and when they decide to attack, they strike with shocking speed and accuracy, using precision that surprises even experienced handlers. This ability comes from centuries of guarding livestock and pulling heavy loads where hesitation could mean losing animals or failing in dangerous tasks. Because of this history, the Rottweiler moves with purpose, never wasting energy, always choosing the exact moment to make its move. This breed is extremely loyal, but also extremely territorial, making it a danger when handled without discipline, structure, or clear rules. A Rottweiler forms deep bonds with its family, and that bond can turn into fierce protection when it senses a threat, real or imagined. If not trained properly, this protective instinct becomes unpredictable, causing the dog to act on instinct rather than guidance. Their strength becomes a weapon when mixed with inexperience or neglect, and their silence becomes the warning people never hear until it's too late. A Rottweiler will not always growl, it will not always give a signal, and it will not always wait. Once it believes an attack is necessary, it commits fully. But in the hands of a responsible owner, the same intensity becomes loyalty, bravery, and unmatched devotion, proving that the danger lies not in the breed, but in the responsibility required to control such power. 3. Pit Bull Terrier. Pit bulls are controversial because they combine strength, speed, and an extremely high pain tolerance that wild animals simply don't have, giving them an advantage in confrontations that most predators avoid. Their muscles are dense, their reflexes are sharp, and their bodies are built for explosive power, allowing them to launch into action faster than many trained protection dogs. This mix of physical intensity and emotional drive makes the pit bull one of the most debated and misunderstood breeds in the world. Originally bred for fighting, they do not retreat, they do not fear, and they do not give up once they are triggered, because their instincts were shaped by a history of brutal combat. Other dogs fight to defend themselves, but pit bulls were bred to finish fights, holding on with unmatched grip strength and refusing to release even under extreme pressure. This relentless mentality, combined with their loyalty to their owner, creates a level of determination that very few animals, domestic or wild, can match. A poorly trained pit bull can become far more dangerous than wild predators of the same size, simply because of its determination and refusal to quit once an attack begins. A wild animal will often retreat when injured or overwhelmed, choosing survival over victory, but a pit bull continues pushing forward even through pain that would stop most creatures instantly. This unstoppable drive is what makes the breed powerful in the right hands, but unpredictable and deadly in the wrong ones. The truth is, a pit bull's strength becomes a weapon when mixed with neglect, abuse, or lack of discipline, turning its natural courage into reckless aggression. But with proper training, structure, and responsible ownership, this same determination transforms into loyalty, protection, and gentle companionship. Still, the potential for destruction remains, reminding us that power without control is always dangerous, no matter the species. 2. Caucasian Shepherd. Ovcharka, this giant mountain dog was created to fight wolves and even bears, using its massive body and thick protective fur as natural armor against predators that rule the wilderness. Generations of shepherds living in the harsh Caucasus region needed a dog that could survive freezing winds, rocky terrain, and sudden attacks from deep forest hunters. Through this brutal environment, the Caucasian Ovcharka evolved into a living fortress, a dog built for survival and dominance in one of the toughest landscapes on Earth. It is independent, unpredictable, and capable of making its own decisions in an instant, without waiting for human commands or looking for guidance during conflict. For centuries, this dog patrolled mountains alone, choosing when to challenge wolves, when to stand its ground. and when to launch a... This independence makes the ovcharka powerful, but it also makes it dangerous, because a dog that thinks for itself reacts with raw instinct, not obedience. If an ovcharka senses danger, it doesn't bark first, it attacks first, because hesitation in the wild would mean losing the herd, or losing its own life. There's no warning growl, no pause, no moment of doubt, only a sudden burst of power as the dog launches forward with terrifying speed. This immediate reaction is what allowed it to defeat wolves and intimidate bears, using sheer force and courage to protect everything behind it. The ovcharka's size, strength, and fearlessness give it an advantage few animals can challenge, and once it commits to a fight, it follows through with overwhelming aggression. This instinct still lives inside the breed today, making it one of the most dangerous guardian dogs in the world for anyone who does not understand its nature. With loyalty to its owner, but suspicion toward strangers, this mountain giant remains a powerful reminder that not all danger lives in the wild. Sometimes it stands beside the shepherd, silent and watching. 1. Kangal. The Kangal holds a bite force of 743 CI, a number so powerful it surpasses the average bite strength of a lion, making this guardian one of the strongest domestic dogs ever created. This incredible force is not just a statistic, it is the result of centuries of selective breeding, shaping a dog capable of facing predators that most animals would run from. When this power is combined with its size, speed, and intelligence, the Kangal becomes a creature nature itself would respect. Bred to fight wolves alone in the harsh, unforgiving mountains of Turkey, the Kangal did not rely on human backup, tools, or weapons. It relied on courage and pure physical strength. Shepherds trusted this dog to patrol vast landscapes filled with danger, knowing a single Kangal could stand against a pack of wolves without backing down. This history of isolation and responsibility molded the breed into a fearless and territorial guardian, always ready to confront whatever threatens its land. This dog is brutally fast, surprisingly agile for its size, and capable of sprinting long distances to reach a threat before it reaches the flock or the family. A Kangal does not wait, it does not warn, and it does not hesitate, because hesitation in the mountains meant death for the livestock and for the people who depended on them. That instinct remains alive today, making the Kangal one of the quickest and most decisive protectors a human can own. When a Kangal believes its family, herd, or land is in danger, it transforms instantly from a calm giant into a natural weapon designed for defense. It attacks with precision, aiming to disable or overpower the threat in seconds, using strength few animals can match. This combination of loyalty, power, and fearless aggression makes the Kangal not just a dog, but a living symbol of protection and dominance. Wild animals avoid unnecessary fights, moving through life guided by instinct, caution, and the unspoken rules of survival, because their ultimate goal is to live, not to dominate. A lion may roar and a wolf may bare its teeth, but most predators retreat when the risk outweighs the reward, choosing safety over confrontation to ensure they survive another day. This natural hesitation keeps humans safe in many situations, because wild animals rarely attack without a compelling reason. These dog breeds do the opposite, because they were bred over centuries to protect, defend, and attack without hesitation, combining loyalty with instincts sharpened for confrontation. Whether guarding livestock, families, or territory, dogs like the Kangal, Boerboel, and Pit Bull do not calculate risk. They act and they commit fully to neutralizing threats. Their training, history, and genetics create animals that are not bound by the same survival rules as wild predators, making them uniquely capable of facing dangers that other creatures would avoid. A wild predator retreats when it is injured, outnumbered, or challenged by a stronger foe, but a trained Kangal, a Boerboel, or a Pit Bull moves forward, undeterred, driven by instinct, loyalty, and purpose. This difference is what makes these breeds far more dangerous than many wild animals of similar size. So they do not weigh survival above action, they attack to protect, to dominate, and to enforce their boundaries. It is this combination of strength, fearlessness, and unwavering commitment that elevates these dogs above ordinary domestic animals, placing them in a category where instinct, training, and power collide into a force few can control. Respect for their power, knowledge of their instincts, and proper guidance are essential, because when these forces are combined without control, the consequences can be catastrophic. These dogs are living examples of how domestication can amplify danger rather than reduce it, proving that some of the most formidable creatures are not in the wild. They are beside us. In this realm, caution is not optional, and understanding is the only way to coexist safely with such extraordinary power. Wild animals avoid unnecessary fights, moving through life guided by instinct, caution, and the unspoken rules of survival, because their ultimate goal is to live, not to dominate. A lion may roar, and a wolf may bare its teeth, but most predators retreat when the risk outweighs the reward, choosing safety over confrontation to ensure they survive another day. This natural hesitation keeps humans safe in many situations, because wild animals rarely attack without a compelling reason. These dog breeds do the opposite, because they were bred over centuries to protect, defend, and attack without hesitation, combining loyalty with instincts sharpened for confrontation. Whether guarding livestock, families, or territory, dogs like the Kangal, Boerboel, and Pitbull do not calculate risk. They act and they commit fully to neutralizing threats. Their training, history, and genetics create animals that are not bound by the same survival rules as wild predators, making them uniquely capable of facing dangers that other creatures would avoid. A wild predator retreats when it is injured, outnumbered, or challenged by a stronger foe. But a trained Kangal, a Boerboel, or a Pitbull moves forward undeterred, driven by instinct, loyalty, and purpose. This difference is what makes these breeds far more dangerous than many wild animals of similar size, because they do not weigh survival above action. They attack to protect, to dominate, and to enforce their boundaries. It is this combination of strength, fearlessness, and unwavering commitment that elevates these dogs above ordinary domestic animals, placing them in a category where instinct, training, and power collide into a force few can control. Respect for their power, knowledge of their instincts, and proper guidance are essential, because when these forces are combined without control, the consequences can be catastrophic. These dogs are living examples of how domestication can amplify danger rather than reduce it, proving that some of the most formidable creatures are not in the wild. They are beside us. In this realm, caution is not optional, and understanding is the only way to coexist safely with such extraordinary power. These are the top 10 dog breeds more dangerous than many wild animals, a shocking reminder that danger does not always roar from the jungle. It can live much closer, quietly observing, waiting, and protecting right beside us. From the mountains of Turkey to the farms of Africa, from Japan's forests to the wild landscapes of South America, these incredible breeds combine strength, speed, intelligence, and instinct into forces that few humans can fully control. They are guardians, hunters, and companions, but their power is undeniable, proving that domestication does not always diminish danger, sometimes amplifies it. If you learned something new today, take a moment to like this video, share it with friends who love animals or thrillers, and comment your thoughts below. Which breed surprised you the most? Which one made you pause and rethink the power that can live in our homes? Your interaction helps us bring more fascinating, deep dives into the untold stories of extraordinary creatures, and keeps the community engaged in learning, respecting, and understanding these animals. Subscribe for more incredible documentaries, explorations, and stories that reveal the hidden strength, history, and instincts of the natural and domestic world. Until then, stay safe, stay aware, and respect the power of man's best friend. Because what looks calm and loyal on the surface can harbor instincts and abilities that rival even the fiercest wild predators. Remember, knowledge, respect, and responsibility are the keys to coexisting with these extraordinary animals, and understanding their true nature keeps both humans and dogs safe. The lesson is clear. Danger is not always in the wilderness. It is in the combination of loyalty, power, and instinct living quietly alongside us. Every dog is a reflection of its training, its environment, and the respect it is given, reminding us that extraordinary strength requires extraordinary responsibility. These breeds are not just pets. They are living legends, guardians, and powerful forces deserving admiration, caution, and careful understanding.